On tonight's episode of History Channel's Unearthed Tragedies, we all know of chain gangs as punishment for America's most violent criminals, but as enslavement for proper young women, unheard of. That is until lawyer Frank Finkus unearthed a scandal of epic proportions. Vassar College may seem like an innocent place, but in reality, it's been housing a chain gang of its own, the Daisy Chain Gang.
So it all started on one of the really hot days of the summer. You see, it was really hot and humid, and the air conditioning was broken, so it was basically like an oven in there. I mean, I was schwitzing like a man's on the Sabbath, I'll tell you.
Schwitzing is terrible in here.
So I got a call from this woman. I imagine she was cute. I was really just picturing it, as I often do when I talk to someone on the phone. And she says she wanted to sue her college for abuse on a chain gang of all things. I said, I don't even know if that's possible. And she said, well, you should probably look into it. And thus began the investigation.
Finkus found that the school did indeed have a chain gang, known on campus as the Daisy Chain Gang. What initially started as a quaint Victorian tradition had apparently spiraled out of control into the largest case of imprisonment and abuse since President Taft hired his personal Grundle scrubber. We had the privilege of finding two women from the actual gang, Henrietta Blanche and Ethel O'Neill, class of 1937.
Well, it was more like a cult than anything else. Like being in prison. Once you got in, you never really got out. Until graduation. Then you got out. But until then, you didn't.
Take us through a typical day on the Daisy Chain Gang.
The whole purpose of the daisy chain, or so everyone else thought, was to carry flowers in a procession on graduation day. Even though it's just walking in a straight line, they'd wake you up at dawn every day and chain your ankles together and make you walk until you passed out from starvation or exhaustion.
I remember during the procession, the people, they used to kick you, spit on you, and throw stuffed cabbages at you. And of course, you'd pick it up off the ground and you'd eat it because you were starved and all that. At least on those days, we got ourselves some food, albeit Irish food.
The icing on the torture cake, if you will, was the improbability of escape. The girls you see were bound together at the ankles by chains of steel daisies, a sort of sick homage to both the actual chain gangs of the era and to the quaint schoolgirl tradition of linking flowers together into a necklace. Not to mention a circle fuck.
The History Channel showed photographs to Henrietta and Ethel for more information. Their reactions are shocking.
Does this bring back any memories?
Oh, sure. That there's a photograph.
You are about to hear the voice of a real Daisy Chain guard who is discussing the orders he received during his administration. He asked to remain anonymous for his own safety.
Well, they'd put you in groups of 5, and they'd send you off, then you'd be on your way. As you get further down the procession, you'd go hunting, so you could keep sustenance and whatnot, and, well, we lost a lot of good people to the dysentery, and as time went on, your oxen would tire out, and you'd have no choice but to sell all of your grandfather clocks and butter. But what it really came down to was just who could ford the river the best and keep that covered wagon going. Yeah, that's the way things were back on the trail. What? Well, what's a daisy chain?
Of course, the really sick part is that the tradition continues to this day. Every year, more and more men and women, are subjected to the humiliation and abuse of the Daisy Chain Gang. And I mean, what kind of name is that? Don't they think anyone can see through that thinly veiled pseudonym?